This is the first match of the day, Kaplan TPT. The red team, wrong answer, Pathologies. Captain is Mike. Let's get a wave and a smile from the 4 members of wrong answer. And the blue team, appropriately enough, Team Michigan. Let's get a wave from them, and the captain is James. We are on a new or revised YouTube platform, so we hope that those of you watching will find it comfortable. And we hope those of us playing will have, I won't jinx it, but let's hope it goes smoothly. Okay, teams, a reminder, you are only allowed to buzz in a maximum of 2 times per 5-clue category. After that, your team will be penalized. And there's only 2 opportunities for consulting. When the other team is wrong, then you and your captain may all consult, and the captain will give us the steal response or will pass. And you may consult at the beginning of each category, just to see if somebody wants to step up to hold back on their 2 buzz-ins for the better points. Good luck to both teams. You're both proven winners, so we expect to have a really good match with great sportsmanship and big energy and big smiles. If we have to look, they have to look at our mugs, so we might as well smile for the duration.
This is the Stuart. This is the 5 guys, not Stuart K. detritus round. Both of these teams lost to the 5 guys not named Stuart K.
Oh, well, they're not the only teams to lose to that team. But nonetheless, you're both good teams, and we'll have some fun. But maybe thinking about the loss will wipe the smiles away. So perhaps we should put that aside and just have fun with this. Our first category for 1 to 5 points is literary dedications. Literary dedications. So if you have a strength in literature, you might want to hold off. That's up to you. Here we go, teams. Good luck. For 1 point. She dedicated the murder mystery Halloween Party to fellow Brit P.G. Wodehouse. She dedicated the murder mystery Halloween Party to fellow Brit P.G. Wodehouse. 5 seconds. Time. It wasn't one of her biggest sellers, but when it came to British murder mystery writers, I figured that somebody would guess Agatha Christie. Agatha Christie for 1 point. Literary dedications for 2. E.E. Cummings dedicated his book No Thanks to the publishers who rejected it and to this woman who paid to print it. E.E. Cummings dedicated his book No Thanks to the publishers who rejected it and to this woman who paid to print it. 5 seconds. Well, it was a triple stumper on the show as well. Nobody bothered to take a chance on his mother. His mother. No name indicated. Here we go. Literary dedications for 3 points. Herman Melville dedicated Moby Dick to this fellow author and mentor. Herman Melville dedicated Moby Dick to this fellow author and mentor. Mike.
Hawthorne.
That's correct, my friend. 3 points. First blood to wrong answer Pathologies, red team. Yeah, Melville and Hawthorne, until they fell out late in life, they were very, very close. Here we go for 4 points in literary dedications. This Lonesome Dove author dedicated his novel, The Desert Rose, Ben?
McMurtry.
Larry McMurtry is right for 4 points. And I have to finish the clue because it's too delicious. And I've met Larry, and this is exactly him. He dedicated his book, The Desert Rose, to Leslie for the use of her goat. To Leslie for the use of her goat. I just love that. Here we go. Literary dedications for 5 teams. There we are. He dedicated his epic poem, Adonais, to fellow romantic poet John Keats. He dedicated his epic poem, Adonais, to fellow romantic poet John Keats. 5 seconds. Mike.
Byron.
Incorrect. We have to subtract 5 points. Team Michigan, you have a free consult on this, you can answer or pass. He dedicated his epic poem Adonais to fellow romantic poet John Keats. The team can answer or pass.
We're going to hold off, but if we had guessed, we would have guessed Shelley.
Well, when it comes to romantic poets, there's only three: Keats, Byron, and Shelley, and it was Shelley, the author of Adonais. So you would have been right had you guessed. Okay, here we go for 1 point. The category, more than one meaning. More than one meaning. I'll give you the two meanings, you give me the word. Okay? So we have fun with words.
Anyone digging it?
What's that? Okay. More than one meaning for 1 point. Here we go. A pet sound or a tree covering. A pet sound, Mike?
Bark.
Yep, that's right. 1 point for bark. More than one meaning for two. A Greek god or a shallow metal cooking vessel. A Greek god, Jess?
Pan.
Pan is right for 2 points. More than one meaning for three. A thick variety of blanket or a Kabul native. A thick variety, Ethan?
Afghan.
Afghan is right for 3 points. For 4 points, a female swan or a writing instrument. A female swan or a writing instrument. Allie?
What is quill?
Sorry, that's incorrect. We subtract 4 points. You get a chance on it, Team Michigan. James? A female swan or a writing instrument. The team is consulting for 10 seconds. It's a long par 4 to the female swan.
Okay, we're going to pass on this one too.
Okay. I didn't know this, but a female swan is called a pen.
Would have been our guess on that one as well.
Ah,
But
okay.
we tell the students, never leave a question blank.
That's right. No, there's a penalty on this test. More than one meaning for 5. A fake bravado in poker or a cliff face. Allie?
What is a bluff?
Redemption, and they're out of the hole. That's right, Allie. A bluff is what we were looking for. Third category. Oh, this is my favorite one. Extravagant edibles. Extravagant edibles. Here we go, teams, for 1 point. It's the roe of a sturgeon from the Black Sea. Mike?
Caviar.
Is correct for 1 point, and you're back in the black. For 2 points. Extravagant edibles. Dogs are trained to find the white or Piedmont variety, Ethan?
Truffles.
Of this fungus. Truffles is right. 2 more points for Team Michigan. Extravagant edibles for 3. This type of highly prized Japanese beef comes from cows that are massaged and fed beer. James?
What is Kobe?
Kobe beef is right. Ooh, massaged and fed beer. I think I'll sign up. Here we go for 4 points in extravagant edibles. The livers of geese that are over, James?
What is foie gras?
That are overfed and underexercised are used to make this pate substance. Foie gras is correct. And since I always look for opportunities to do this, James is out of this category because he has buzzed in twice. So for everybody else, for 5 points in extravagant edibles, this most expensive spice in the world is used as the dye for the robes of Buddhist priests. Rachel?
Saffron.
Saffron is right for 6 points. And getting those last 2 clues, teams, is a good way to hang in there. At the end of the halfway point of our first round, we have Team Michigan 18, wrong answer Pathologies 6, but it's still very much anybody's game, lots of points ahead. Our next category is crime and punishment. Crime and punishment. So if you know a lot about your crime and punishment, one or the other, you might want to hold off in the buzzing. Here we go for 1 point. I am a fugitive from this group of convicts hooked together doing manual labor outdoors. James.
What is a chain gang?
Famous 1932 movie, I am a fugitive from a chain gang. That is correct for 1 point. For 2 points in crime and punishment. It's a legal document empowering investigators to look through premises for evidence. Allie.
What is a warrant?
More specific?
I don't understand your question. Like a more specific type of warrant?
Yeah, sorry, gotta subtract 2. Blue team? It's a legal document empowering investigators to look through premises for evidence.
We'll go with a search warrant.
Sorry, Allie, I was on solid ground with that one, though, because on the show, the contestant said, what is a warrant? And Alex said, be more specific, and it is search warrant.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. I have Alex to back me up. Okay, here we go for crime and punishment for 3. Pal, you've got no chance at trial. Take this reduction of charges in exchange for, Ethan?
Plea bargain.
Plea bargain is right for 3 points. In exchange for admitting guilt to a lesser offense. Crime and punishment for 4. This type of walk, in quotes, is a slang. Mike?
Perp walk.
Perp walk is right for parading an apprehended criminal before the media. Perp walk is right for 4 points. And finally, for 5, in crime and punishment. It is the illegal enticing of a suspect into committing a crime. Allie?
Oh, entrapment.
That's right. I was wondering, because the wrong answer on the show was bribery, but entrapment is correct. And again, Allie comes up with that 5-point clue. Here we go. Our next category is althing. A-L-T-H-I-N-G. Althing. If you know what althing is, then you know what the category is about. If you don't, you'll find out on the first clue. Here we go, teams. Althing, A-L-T-H-I-N-G. Formed in 930 AD, the althing of this country is one of, Mike?
Iceland.
Mike knows. It's one of the oldest legislative assemblies in the world. It's Iceland's legislature, the althing. So they could have called this category Althings Considered. For 2 points. There are this many members of the althing. They'll always fall 1 short of filling an entire checkerboard. There are this many members of the althing. James?
What is 63?
Good job, dude. 63. There's 64 on the chessboard, 63 on the althing. That is correct for 2 points. For 3 points. The position that has the country's real power and the cabinet is appointed by the president with the althing's approval. This position, Mike?
Prime Minister.
That's right. Prime Minister is correct for 2 more points for wrong answer pathology. Now, Mike is out of this category because he's buzzed in twice. For everybody else, althing for 4. In 1874, the king of this nearby Scandinavian country vested the althing with legislative power in internal affairs. In 1874, the king of this nearby Scandinavian country vested the althing with legislative power in internal affairs. 5 seconds. Jess?
Norway?
Norway's incorrect. Opportunity for wrong answer pathologies. And you can consult on this. In 1874, the king of this nearby Scandinavian country vested the althing with legislative power in internal affairs. You have 10 seconds to consult and answer or pass.
I have a guess, but we're going to pass.
What would your guess have been?
My guess would have been Denmark, but
That would have been right.
Yeah, I was green. Yeah, I thought is that. I was thinking that's Greenland only. I didn't. Yeah, sorry, folks.
That was good to have a hunch that Denmark controlled controlled Iceland till a very late date. Okay, still we've narrowed the gap a little bit, and here's Althing for 5. Until 1991, the Althing had an upper and lower house. Now it's this type of legislature, meaning one chamber. Ben.
Unicameral.
Unicameral is correct for 5 points. Okay, we have one more category in the first round, and I know why they called it Althing, because the next category is You Make My Heart Sing. Althing. But heart is in quotes, so I emphasize that. The word heart will be part of every correct response. Good luck, teams, for 1 point. I Was the One was the flip side of this song, Elvis's first #1 single. Allie.
Heartbreaker?
Sorry, subtract the point. James? I Was the One was the flip side of this song, Elvis's first #1 single.
Heartbreak Hotel.
That's right, for 1 point. Heartbreak Hotel is what we wanted. Good boldness there, Allie. It pays off, but this time it didn't. For 2 points in You Make My Heart, in quotes, sing. Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you if you're this. Fairy tales. Rachel?
Young at Heart.
That's right. Young at Heart for 2 points. Nicely done. Heart for 3. You can tell Billy Ray Cyrus's lips to tell my fingertips. Allie?
Achy Breaky Heart?
Yep. Don't tell this tidal organ. It might blow up and kill this man. That's correct. And you're out of this category. Here we go for 4. In 1982, Neil Diamond wanted to turn on this. Let it shine wherever you go. James?
What is his heart like?
The Heart Light is correct for 4 points. Finally, for 5 points in You Make My Heart Sing. This Springsteen song begins, got a wife and kids in Baltimore, Jack. This Springsteen song. Ben?
Hungry Heart.
Hungry Heart is correct for 5 points. And we have the possibility of a tie now because we have 2 odd teams, pardon the expression. Team Michigan, 37. Wrong answer, Pathologies, 21. But statistically, that's practically a tie because we have so many points in the second round. So be of good cheer, both teams. Don't rest on laurels. Don't get discouraged. Just get ready for our next Double Jeopardy round. The first category is chess. Chess. Seems a limited category, but they got 5 good clues out of it. So here we go for chess for 2 points. Good luck to both teams. 37-21 in favor of blue team Michigan. For 2 points in chess, it's the traditional nonverbal way to signal that you resign. Mike?
What is laying down your king?
That's right.
Putting your
Laying
king
down or
piece down.
turning over your king for 2 points. For chess for 4, these have the same value as bishops, but you can force mate with only a king. Mike?
Knight.
Knights is correct. These have the same value as bishops, but you can force mate with only a king and 2 bishops, not with a king and 2 these. So knight is correct. Very good, Mike. But you're out of this, so stay out. Okay, just for 6 points. The departure of both queens is the traditional point at which this final phase of the battle begins. Ben?
In game.
The end game is correct for 6. Both queens say bye-bye, and the end game begins. Here we go for 8 points. Losing a bishop, but capturing a rook is called winning this type of trade, also a term for a swap of hostages. Losing a bishop but capturing a rook is called winning this type of trade, also a term for a swap of hostages. 5 seconds. Time. It's called an exchange. winning an exchange. Prisoner, hostage exchange. Okay, finally, for 10 points in chess. In this classic chess opening, after white plays e4 to fight for the center, black plays c5 in this 8-letter defense named for a Mediterranean island. James?
What is the Sicilian?
Right, the Sicilian defense is correct. Very nicely done. 10 points. Okay, those were pretty lengthy clues. These are rather short. These are rather short. The category is movie number, please. Movie number, please. Each clue will have a blank to be filled in by a number. What I need from you is the number. Like Quentin Tarantino's The Hateful Blank. That would have been 8. Sorry, that's not a clue. That was just an example. But good enthusiasm there, Rachel. Let's bring that same moxie to bear on our 2-point clue. Joanne Woodward won her Oscar for it, The Blank Faces of Eve. Mike?
3.
Right. Eve White, Eve Black, and Jane. Those were the 3 faces of Eve. 2 points for the red team. Movie number, please, for 4 points. Starring Zac Efron and Matthew Perry. Lauren?
17 again.
17 again is right for 4 points. Wrong answer. Pathologies on the move. Movie number, please, for 6. Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro, Naomi Watts, Blank Grams. Ben?
21.
21 Grams was the awful movie. Was the movie. Here we go for 8 points in movie number, please. For 8 points. Sandra Bullock as a journalist who ends up in rehab. Blank Days. Sandra Bullock as a journalist who ends up in rehab. Blank Days. Ben?
28.
That's right. And that was a triple stumper on the show. So well done. 28 days. Finally, movie number, please, for 10. Co-written by Nikki Reed, one of its young tongue-studded stars. Blank. Co-written by Nikki Reed, one of its young tongue-studded stars. Blank. Time. It got an Oscar nomination for Holly Hunter. And how young do you have to be to put a stud in your tongue? 13. 13 was the movie. Okay. Now we're up to our third category in the second round. Flightless birds. Flightless birds. For 2 points. This flightless bird of Africa uses its wings as rudders to help it change direction while running. Ben?
Ostrich.
Is correct for 2 points. The ostrich. Flightless birds for 4. A rail, R-A-I-L, found on an inaccessible island near Tristan da Cunha in this ocean is the smallest living flightless bird. A rail found on an inaccessible island near Tristan da Cunha in this ocean is the smallest living flightless bird. 5 seconds. Time. Tristan da Cunha is in the Atlantic Ocean, teams. The Atlantic Ocean is what we are looking for. Flightless birds for 8. A grebe, G-R-E-B-E, named for this lake, is endangered because it's often caught in nets by Peruvian and Bolivian fishermen. A grebe named for this lake. Mike?
Titicaca.
Titicaca grebe is right for 8 points. Very nicely done. That was tricky. You had to pull a couple of things together. And finally,
Bob,
that's
Bob, I
sorry,
think that was
6 points. 6 points.
Yeah,
My mistake. 6 points.
sure.
Still, that's nothing to sneeze at. Here we go for 8 points in flightless birds. The rudimentary wings of this national bird of Australia are useless for flying. Mike?
Oh, Kookaburra.
No, sorry. Have to subtract 8 points. Good opportunity for you, James. The rudimentary wings of this national bird of Australia are useless for flying, but it is an excellent swimmer.
We're going to go with the emu.
Beloved of crossword puzzle makers and solvers, the emu is correct. And finally, for 10 points, okay. Now endangered, New England, oh, sorry, take it back. Now endangered, New Zealand's kakapo is the only flightless and nocturnal species of this bird in the family Psittacidae. Now endangered, New Zealand's kakapo is the only flightless and nocturnal species of this bird in the family Psittacidae. Five seconds. Time. The Psittacidae family is the parrot family. Parrot. The kakapo is a flightless and nocturnal parrot. That was a toughie. Okay, halfway through the double jeopardy round, Team Michigan has widened its lead 77-31, but we still have 3 categories and lots of points ahead. Our first one is words from religion. Words from religion. So if you know your religion, you might want to hang out till the 6, 8, or 10 point clues. But we'll start with the 2 point, as always. For 2 points, words from religion. This religion is translated as way of the kami, K-A-M-I. This religion is translated as way of the kami, K-A-M-I. 5 seconds. Time. The word is Shinto. Shinto is the word of religion. For 4 points. 5-letter word for the set of books that have authority in a religion and no, you can't, Mike?
Torah.
No, that's incorrect. Sorry. I got to finish the clue. Here you go, blue team. 5-letter word for the set of books that have authority in a religion and no, you can't fire it off. 5-letter word for the set of books that have authority in a religion and no, you can't fire it off. I always make an effort to hear every clue in full twice.
Fortunately, my team is smarter than I am, and we're going to go with canon.
Canon is right. Any religions, it's a canon. Nice try there. Okay, good job, Michigan. Here we go for 6 points. Latitudinarianism is a synonym for this broad-minded view from the Latin for to bear. Latitudinarianism is a synonym for this broad-minded view from the Latin for to bear. Time. Latitudinarianism is another way to say tolerance. Tolerance. Okay. Here we go for 8 points, words from religion. 4-letter title for the caliph or successor to Muhammad. It's now used of several Islamic leaders. 4-letter title for the caliph or successor to Muhammad. Mike?
Amir.
Nope.
No.
James, I'll say it again. 4-letter title for the caliph or successor to Muhammad. It's now used of several Islamic leaders.
We're going to pass, but we were debating between Imam and Shah.
Well, it's Imam. Imam would have been the correct answer. Okay. Finally, for 10 points in words from religion. Remember, if you've already buzzed twice, stay out of this one. I don't think anybody has. Lao Tzu referred to this 3-letter word as the unproduced producer of all that is. Allie?
Tao.
Tao is correct for 10 points. That is right. Good job, Allie. Okay, Two more categories. The next one is the country where you'd find. The country where you'd find ... I'll give you what you'd be looking for. You give me the country. Okay, it's like the country where you'd find the Empire State Building, but that's not it. Sorry, Rachel. That was just an example. Okay. Got another tough word coming up here. Okay. The country where you'd find, for 2 points, the Wieliczka salt mine. Wieliczka. The Wieliczka salt mine. Allie?
What is Poland?
Where else are you going to get CZKA? Poland is right for 2 points. Well done. The country where you'd find, for 4 points, where you'd find the Mosque of Quba and the Mosque of the Two Qiblas. The Mosque of Quba and the Mosque of the Two Qiblas. Mike.
Let's see if we can cut the gap. Saudi Arabia.
That's right. Saudi Arabia for 4 points. Good try. Okay, for 6 points. The country where you'd find the Marienplatz. The Marienplatz. Mike.
Germany.
Ach du lieber, that is correct for 6 points. The country where you'd find, for 8, the longest bridge over water in the world. The longest bridge over water in the world. Time. You know, it was a triple stumper on the show as well. And the answer? Lake Pontchartrain, the United States. Lake Pontchartrain, the US of A, has the longest bridge over water, troubled or otherwise, in the world. Okay, finally, for 10 points, in the country where you'd find Central America's Bridge of the Americas. The country where you'd find Central America's Bridge of the Americas. Ben.
Panama.
Panama's correct for 10 points. Okay, our final category is double C. Not as in CC Senor, but as the letter C twice. We have Team Michigan 91, wrong answer Pathologies 41. Here we go with double C. Good luck, teams. For 2 points. Some Native Americans decorated these shoes with porcupine quills. Mike?
Moccasins.
That's right. Others with beads. That's right. Moccasin for 2. For 4 points. The name of this squash comes from the Italian for gourd. Ethan?
Zucchini.
Yep. Zucchini's right for 4 points. For 6 points. From the Latin for yield, it means to die or yield to an overpowering desire. James?
What is to succumb?
Correct. Succumb for 6 points. 8 points. Double C. From the name of an ancient Roman festival, it now refers to any riotous or drunken festivity. Mike?
Bacchanal.
That's right for 8 points. Bacchanal. And finally, for 10 points in double C. This London street runs from Hyde Park Corner in the west to a circus or intersection in the east. Rachel?
Piccadilly.
Piccadilly is correct. But in the end, I think Panama put it away. We have a final score of Team Michigan 101, wrong answer Pathologies 61. Very good match, teams. And no glitches. Pretty great.
Michigan, y'all did well. Congratulations.
And how about the host with those pronunciations?
The host, you did well. Congratulations.
Way to go, Bob. And I got to say, like, this is my only chance to get to hang out with my old friends, you know, Mike and Rachel and like my new old friend, Allie. It's like,
well,
come visit us in Michigan sometime, people.
That longest bridge over water, I thought it was going to be the Mackinac Bridge for a second. But
yeah.
Well, I was thinking like the string of bridges from the Florida Keys. It's like, oh.
Well, those are all in the United States. So if you said it, that would have been 10 points. I did not know it. And I think that's interesting. I always like learning something here. Okay.
Very good. Very good.
Get her back to work or whatever you do on a Friday. And
thanks, Bob. Thanks,
back
Thank
to the
y'all,
stream, folks.
Great game.
Great game, everybody. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Dan, I'll see you in a few minutes.